Hey, welcome to Star Citizen. My name is Evenlease. I've been a longtime player of this game for as long as it's probably been around before the game even became the persistent universe that it is today. Now it's just a hangar module. But back then it was just a hangar module, and you can only look at certain things like the Freelancer, very shiny and silver. This video is to walk you through the process as a new player of what to do when you first get into this game. Now, obviously, there's a lot of options you can go through here. I like to turn off hints, but as a new player, I recommend keeping that on. And then make sure graphics settings, you set it to very high on quality. The reason being is this game is very CPU intensive, and this will take some of the load off of the CPU. It'll bring it onto your graphics card. If you have an older CPU, it's recommended to take your planet volumetric clouds and turn that to off or low. You can play around with that setting. If you have a 3 series and higher, you could probably keep it at very high. I turn off motion blur, V-syncs off, film grain off. The chromatic abbreviation is to 0. All those things. So you can kind of see what my settings are. I just run it at 1920 by 1080. The game is not truly optimized yet, so running higher than that is possible for sure, especially if you have a powerhouse rig, 4 series card, high-end CPU. But I mean, honestly, there's no need. Not right now. It just really depends on how you want to run the game. So first and foremost, to get into the persistent universe where you can do anything and you can do it without limits or boundaries, unlike certain other games, you pick persistent universe, right? And then from here, you're going to be brought to a character customizer. I don't have that screen right now because I've already picked my character and everything. Once you have picked your character and you've gotten them all set up, you would move into the next screen where it's going to ask you where you want to put your home. My home is always New Babbage. I feel like it's the smoothest out of the gate compared to certain others. I know everybody kind of has a difference of opinion on that. Some people like Orzen, some people like Area 18, some people like Lorville. Personally, New Babbage is the smoothest looking and probably the best running out of all of them. So I picked New Babbage, and then once you're ready, you just make sure to go ahead and enter the verse. And from here, the game's going to load in. While it's loading, you just sit tight. You're going to have a lot of shader loads in the beginning, quite a few shader loads. So while it's loading, just take a break. Once you're actually in, the shaders will continue to compile. You can see that if you press the tilde key next to the number 1 key, it'll say, compile, compile, compile. You'll see it all loading through. So make sure that's probably going to happen for the next 10 to 20 minutes with an NVMe SSD. It is recommended to have an SSD when you play this game. Anything outside an SSD is probably not going to work well. Now, from the get-go, you're going to spawn in your bed. You're going to be in a regular spacesuit. You're going to go ahead, and I'm going to turn off chat by pressing F12 because I don't want any distractions right now. New to the game, ready to go. I'm going to press Y. It's going to get me out of bed. From here, you can look around, see how the room looks. Like I said, shaders are going to be loading, so yours might not initially look like this right away. If you are running a nice NVMe SE, sorry, I just said that wrong. But if you are running a good NVMe, you will be able to load this quite quickly. From here, you're going to get up, and this is going to be you. If you press the I key on your keyboard, it'll open up. Oh, where's my head? It'll open up your inventory. You can go ahead and cycle through whatever items you have, if you have any, and put them on. If you don't, that's totally understandable. Probably a new character to this game. So unless you bought a pack that has something, you're probably not going to have it. From here, go ahead and get out of bed. Let's go up to the door. Press and hold the F key, and use your little mouse cursor, and click on Open Door. From here, it's going to go ahead and open. Now you're out in the lobby of your beautiful hotel, apartment, whatever you want to call it. This is New Babbage. So this is the landing zone here on Microtech. That's the planet. For now, just kind of follow my footsteps. I'm going to walk you through other things as we go. This is just the starting area. You're going to go here to the elevator. You're going to click on elevator. You're going to go here. You're going to go to lobby. It's going to take you down to the lobby. The lobby is pretty much where you go to either get to the med center, the commons, which is where you get stuff for your ship or more weapons, stuff like that. From here, this direction down here, if you go straight ahead right there, that would be your medical wing. And if you go over here, it says the Metro Loop. This is where you want to go ahead and get to your starship. Let's go ahead and head down this way really quick. As you see, if you go to your right, it'll take you to the commons. Like I said, you can upgrade your character a little bit more, get some armor and whatnot. But you're probably not going to have much money just starting off. To the left is the spaceport. Let's go ahead and go that way. I'm just trying to get you to your ship, let you know how to call your ship, get in your ship, and get out the door.
Passengers.
Once you're out the door, from there it's kind of just a learning curve. Certain things are a little fidgety right now with the trams, but that's just over time. These little bugs will be hammered out with each new patch that's coming out. Currently, at the current time, it is November 2nd. We do have a big patch releasing. It's actually a 0.1 patch releasing for the current build in the 3rd week of November, which will bring our big show, the IAE, and that allows, they're going to pretty much put every ship out for sale, and you can buy it with real money. Now, in this game, you do not need to buy any ships except for your starting ship with real money. You can get 99% of the ships with in-game credits, so nothing to worry about there. If you feel like spending a little bit of extra money once you get into this game, really start enjoying it, please do, go for it. Playing people buy more ships as they see fit. You know, if you want to start supporting the developer and going from there, it's really, really awesome. So as we go here, we're going to be, this is the spaceport right here, it's huge. And as you can tell, there's been no loading screens. That might be different for some people. Not to mention some recent other video games that came out with a loading screen every 20 feet. It was a great game. It lasted me about a week. And then I just stopped playing it. Kind of got boring. You know, it was kind of like same stuff, different star system, right? So, like I said, this tram, a little glitchy, but you're going to get to your destination no matter what. Once you arrive to this tunnel here, you are now officially at the spaceport. Go ahead and head on out. Make a left turn here. You're going to go upstairs. Well, there's no stairs. It's more of like an elevator. So go to the elevator. Click the button. Okay. Now we're going to go to the NBIS terminal. From here, once again, you're just going to be brought up to the next floor. It's the NBIS terminal. It's basically your spaceport where you can go ahead and rent ships, grab the ships you already own, or you can pick up a Pico. A Pico is a little stuffed toy. It's fun. So I'm going to head over there right now. We're going to take a look. Now we're going to hit some stairs. Always got a little bit of running, but you got to love it. Better than a loading screen, in my opinion. You actually get to explore and see things that people spend so many hours building. This whole place. Like I said, Pico. You can buy one of these, just put it in your ship, do whatever you want. If you go over here, this is where you can rent more ships. So let's get into this now. If you press F1 on your keyboard, it's going to bring up the general stats of your guy, your character, your bank account, everything. As you see here, you'll see your current balance also here on the bottom right. You'll see all the stats of your EVA suit and your liquid and food on the bottom left. If you have any injuries, usually it'll be shown here, anywhere like that. First button is going to be Comlink. This is where you're going to see the chat, where you're going to be able to talk, add members, add people, make teams, etc. Second tab is going to be your Vehicle Loadout Manager. So when you do call a ship, you're going to be able to change certain things about the ship. Like if I was to bring the Drake Vulture up here, I can go ahead and change certain things about what coolers it's running, what power plants it's running, quantum drives, shield generators, what paint is on my ship, the weapons that are on the ship, the utilities like the scrapers that scrape the other ships. You know, this is a salvage vessel, so this is where you're going to do all that work with any one of your ships. Next is going to be your knickknacks. So this will show you everywhere in the system of Stanton, which is all the planets, moons, everything like that, where you have stuff sitting around. So if I was to open this, it says my Crusader A1 Spirit is currently parked at the Hurl L2 Faithful Dream Station. So that's good to know. Next up is your skyline. So this is going to be your star map. Sooner or later it's going to get an upgrade. Don't know when. Hopefully soon. From here, you can see all the places you can jump to, from stations to planets to moons. Currently, like I said, you're on Microtech. So if you double-click on Microtech, you're going to have Calliope, Cleo, and I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. I'm terrible at pronouncing some of these names, but these are your moons. This is the planet you're on. If you zoom in on this planet, you can start to see locations of where you can jump, etc., etc. If you click on one and hit set route when you're in a ship, it'll set the route, and you can jump to that location. We'll get more into that in a little bit, but we can go ahead and zoom out. Scroll wheel. You got star stations, space stations. So if you zoom in, you can see that here's a space station you can jump to, refuel, rearm, do all you need to do. Continue to zoom out. You can go out of the planets. So you got Hurston and all of its moons. Each planet and moon has locations on it that you can go to and has missions. Here's ArcCorp. ArcCorp is a city planet. Literally, the entire surface of this planet is buildings. When you go there, you're going to be amazed. And guess what? When you take off in your ship, there's no loading screen to get to any of this. None of it. You get in your ship, you manually take off, you manually fly wherever you want on this planet, you manually fly to every one of these stations. Obviously, you can use a jump drive, but even when you're using a jump drive, there is no loading screens. Got to love it. I personally do. Sometimes when you're making a long jump from Microtech to Crusader, it gives me a minute to get up, grab a drink, bag of chips, I don't know, whatever. Sooner or later, they're going to add more systems. That's where these jump points are going to come to play. You got the Stanton Magnus, you got the Stanton Terra, and you got the Stanton Pyro jump point. Pyro is the next system coming. Supposedly, hopefully in the next year. It's currently in testing on the preview channel, going well as well. If you go to the MO Trader on the bottom, this is where you can send money to other people. So you just hit begin. If you got a friends list, great. If not, you just search who you're going to send it to. Anybody on the server, anybody off the server, doesn't matter. I closed that out, didn't need to. So now if you go to the Contracts Manager, this is where you can pick up a mission. Grab something, just do something. You got delivery missions. These are simple. You run to a location, you grab a box, you put it on your ship, you run to the next location, grab a box, put it on your ship, grab a box, put it on the ship. These are your drop-off spots. This is how much money you're making. This will show you everywhere you need to go, where you need to drop it off, etc., and go from there. You do have racing missions as well, so you can go and do a race if you want. You got research, investigation. These ones are whatever. Salvage, if you have a salvage ship, if you get these, this will show you where a ship is to salvage. Make a lot of money doing that. Bounty Hunter, you can go ahead and track down real players or AI. They could be in bunkers, in caves, or they can be airborne or spaceborne. Mercenary is more like bunkers, so you will go to anywhere on a planet or a moon, you'll drop into a facility that's underground, and you'll protect them. That, or you have illegal monitors that are like in the systems that you can go and take out little satellites and stuff and help clear out those areas. From there, you can kind of dig deeper into this and see what you like to do. Sometimes we'll even have ones that pop up that are called beacons, and those are actual player requests, like they might need a ride, they might need medical help, stuff like that. There are sometimes some, people inclined to missions. You got personal missions as well. These are not shown to other people. Everybody has their own, but these ones can't be taken by other people, so these are all just personal to you. But the general market here are the ones that anybody else can take. Next up is your vehicle maintenance services. So can't do anything on the screen because I'm obviously not in a ship. I'm obviously not landing on a pad. But when you are in your ship and you are on a landing pad, if you hit this screen, you'll be able to, it'll look a little bit different than this. You'll be able to rearm, refuel, repair your ship. Sometimes it's a little fidgety. If it doesn't work, take off, hover over the pad, try landing again, do a different pad. But I've had some pretty consistent, it's been working pretty consistently for me. Next up, your journal. This is just, stuff that pops up once in a while. I honestly, personally, don't find any use to it. You can find better information online. But this will show you sometimes like your crime stat and stuff like that, so it's good to know. Next is basically your reputation with everything. So the more you do missions and stuff, you'll gain reputation. Bad reputation or good reputation. Just depends on how you're going about it. So basically just every time you do a mission, you can check here, see how it affected you and your reputation. Let's go ahead and hop out of here. I'm going to hit F1 just to close this. So from here, let's go ahead and call our ship. We're going to move over to the hangars really quick, which is, like I said, so you just came up the stairs, which is, oh, look at that T-pose. Beautiful. You just came up the stairs. Oh my god, everybody's freaking out. Whatever. So you just came up the stairs, you wrapped around here, like I said, you got your Picos over there. Over here, you have your ships. So these are your ASOP terminals. Okay, so let's just F-click. It's going to bring you into your list of ships. Obviously, if you only have a starter ship, you're only going to see one ship here, unless you have some rentals or whatnot. But the more ships you buy and whatnot, you'll have show up here.
Remember, your belongings belong to
from here, it's pretty straightforward. You're going to hit deliver on a ship. So for now, let me see here. Let's just say, okay, so you'll just hit deliver, and then you'll request delivery. At that point, now you can go into your Mobi-glass and modify the ship if you want to. If you don't want to, that's fine. The next button to press is retrieve. So I'll show you what that does.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
Pretty straightforward. Hangar 3. So I'm going to back away. I'm going to remember Hangar 3. And if I don't remember, if I just look around, you'll see kind of a marker. See that? Vulture, Hangar 3. So we're going to go to these elevators. Any one of them. Doesn't matter. Just call an elevator. It says where the elevator's at right now, so it might take a second. Then we're just going to hit F, and if you need to scroll, just use the scroll wheel. Ooh, wow, that's kind of crazy. But I'm going to go to Hangar 3. Once we get here, pretty straightforward. Just, you're going to see your ship. You're going to come out. Ooh, pause. These right here are if you have a crime stat of 2 or lower, you can come here and log in. And when you do, this will show you what your crimes are, if you have any fines or penalties, you pay them all, etc., etc. Currently, I don't have any, so good to go. Next up, here's your ship. Oh my gosh, it's awesome. This right here is the Drake Vulture. So this is a salvage vessel. I can take this out into space and go ahead and salvage other vehicles. Obviously, I'm not going to do that to somebody that's flying around on their ship, but if a ship is laying and destroyed or whatnot, I am going to go ahead and peel the paint right off of it. And I'm going to make a lot of money doing it, too. So there's multiple ways to get into this ship. Climb that ladder, go up to the door up there, but I'm going to go ahead and go through the ramp. Obviously, some of the starter ships do have ramps, some of them don't. It just depends on which one you're getting. You're going to see these little points of interest of where to go and how to get in your vehicle. From there, you can kind of just explore your ship. Like here, where I hold my cargo after scraping a ship, this is where it gets ejected from, so any sort of cargo or any sort of scraping I'm doing, it'll be loaded in there. It's going to eject a box, come down here and move it. So, next up, I'm going to go into my ship, and let's get airborne really quick. Coming up on the 20-minute mark on this video, so I'm going to go ahead and just kind of skip through the vehicle here. This is a really good vehicle demonstration. Maybe we'll do that on my table. Next, hold F, enter the pilot seat. From here, there's multiple ways of doing this, of turning on your aircraft in one single button. Well, now 2 buttons. Right Alt plus R will engage systems altogether. So right Alt and R. But I'm not going to do that personally. I like to find where it's going to tell me flight ready and stuff. Sometimes these systems, like on this one, I don't know. Oh, it's right over here. That's right. So I'm going to look around with the F key, and I'm going to find flight ready. I'm just going to go ahead and click that. Now my ship's ready to go. As you can tell, the shields are going to be low. Obviously, I just turned the ship online, so I'm not going to have full shields or anything. If you want to wait a moment, you can. My shields look like they're already kind of good to go. This ship doesn't have the biggest shields. It's all right. Next thing I'm going to do is you have 3 different options here, honestly. You have the MFD right up here, in this ship at least. Other ships, different location. You're going to look for the one that says Spaceport. You're going to hit that button. Okay, that's going to request for them to open the door. Now, you can either do that, or you can hit F1. You can go to Comlink, and you can request it through the Friends tab, Spaceport, hit the same button. I'll go ahead and do it that way for right now, but there's also a key binding. It's Left Alt N, the letter N as November. So Left Alt N, it'll also do the same thing.
You are clear to launch.
Once you do that, you hit F1, you're going to see the gates are opening. We are almost on our way to starting our career as whatever the hell you want to be. That's amazing. I love it. So from here, I'm going to go ahead and hit the space bar if you're using a keyboard, or if you have joysticks, however you prefer to fly. I'm going to go ahead and hit just N button, just the N button, nothing else. That's going to go ahead and bring my gear up. So my landing gear are now retracted into the ship. Make sure you don't ever forget your landing gear. At this point in time, you can use the scroll wheel. You see that little box going up and down on the screen. if you use the scroll wheel, this is going to set your overall speed, the max speed you can obtain. So I'm going to go ahead and hit W on my keyboard. Start moving. I'm going to scroll that all the way to the top, because when you're in atmosphere, you're not going to be able to get that fast anyways. So I'm going to start pointing up, and I'm going to start heading for the space station. So you'll be able to see where the space station is here momentarily.
Please visit again.
See those circle of lights out there? That is outside of the planet's atmosphere. That's going to take me a while to take off, isn't it? So, as you can see, that little arrow right there on my HUD, kind of where that little box was moving up and down, that's my current speed. I'm going to go ahead and hit shift, hold it. That's going to be my turbo, my boost. I'm going to inject more fuel to get more speed. A little shaky, you know. It's really kicking the gas pedal right now, so getting out there. Every ship's different. Some ships are faster in atmosphere, some ships are slower. Just depends on the size of your ship. This ship is not small by any means. Now, that on the right side of the screen, you're going to go ahead and see, let me see, yeah, right here. The right side of the screen, this is your altimeter. So you're going to see your altitude. Here on the planet of Microtech, you need to be at 11,000 meters or higher to go ahead and hit your jump drive. Wow. Press D on the keyboard. That's going to show you all these little red arrows. This is all the jump locations just from this screen. I'm looking at the spaceport right now. So I'm going to let it spool up at the top. Obviously, we're not at our altitude yet. That's why everything is red. So I'm just going to wait. Just going to keep it spooled. So now my jump drive is spooled. It's not calibrated, though, because I haven't gotten to that point yet. So we're going to wait. Okay, now we're at that point. It's going to go ahead and calibrate. Once it's at 100%, press and hold the B button. As you can see, there's no loading screen, nothing. I just jumped. You know, the jump drive's still on, so I'm going to go ahead and turn that off by clicking B. And as you can see, I just left the atmosphere. There's new babbage down there. There's no loading screens. You literally are just, you're here. Simple as that. I can go anywhere, too, right now where I'm looking. I'm not on a track or anything. I can go anywhere I want right now. Anywhere. So if you want to hit the brakes, stop, and turn around and go anywhere on the planet, do it. Do it while you can. It's awesome. It's amazing. Now, I let off the gas, so I'm going to slowly start slowing down because I'm getting kind of close to the space station. Now it says, please contact the ATC to land. So yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to hit left alt, N.
Please proceed to assign landing.
Now that little arrow just popped up. That's where I'm going to have to go ahead and land. So now I'm going to keep that little box on the left side of the screen right here under the red mark. So that's the SCM speed. Going into the red's fine, but you know, it's just going to be highly uncontrollable and it'll take forever to slow down. So I'm going to keep it at this point, kind of head towards this arrow and kind of see where I need to go. And as I get closer, I'm going to use my scroll wheel and I'm going to slow that down too. I'm going to keep W pressed in, but I'm going to slow down that throttle by scrolling it down. And I'm going to kind of flip my ship here using the Q button so I can align myself with the ship's pad. Use the space button, get myself in the altitude here. As you can see, as I come up, the door is already open. Sometimes it will be, sometimes it won't be, and if it's not, it will open when you arrive. So I'm at 0 speed. I'm going to go ahead and scroll that little box all the way down so I can move as slow as possible. While I'm doing this, I don't want to crash into the space station. I'm going to go ahead and press N, deploy my gear. When you get more comfortable, you can go ahead and go in there as fast as you like. I go a little bit faster. It says collision alert because it knows I'm moving faster than I probably should be. So I'm going to go in. And I'm going to make sure I'm aligned to the center beam right there. That's just kind of how I align myself with all my ships. I'm going to bring it down. I pulled out my landing gear by pressing N. Now I'm going to land.
Landing complete. Have a pleasant stay.
As you can see, it's landing complete. You are now safely inside this hangar. Those doors are going to start shutting, so do not try to instantly take off and back out. You will probably smack into that door and you're going to blow up. If you need those doors to open right back up, just request takeoff. Left alt N. Simple as that. From this point, like I said, if you hit F1, you go to that little wrench down there and you hit it, you can go ahead and repair your ship, fuel it, refuel the hydrogen, the quantum. Quantum's for like your big jumps with the jump drive. Hydrogen is for when you're flying around like a planet or you're just using your regular engines. That's just hydrogen fuel. Obviously, repairs and restock. Restocks are for missiles and ballistics. They don't really get affected by any sort of energy weapons. And then repairs, any sort of damage. So you can just take damage just flying into space. I mean, 42 aUEC. You didn't take much damage. There's really no damage. It's like a scratch in your paint, so I wouldn't worry about it. I'm gonna hit F1, get out of that screen. From here, I like to turn off my engines. I'm gonna hit I on my keyboard. Engines are offline. I always turn off my engines. I never turn off anything else unless I'm parking for the day. If I'm parking for the day, I'm going to hit U. It's going to turn off all my systems. If I'm not parking for the day, I will leave my systems online, especially if I'm on a planet, because I want to keep my shields up. I want to keep my ship protected for longer than not, basically. If you take down your shields and you start getting attacked, you're going to be in a very bad situation. The shields are never going to be able to get back up to their capacity while you're taking fire, right? So keeping those shields up, perfect. Engines off, systems on, etc., etc. I hope you guys enjoyed this demo. Oh, yeah, also, to get out of your little seat here, press and hold the Y button. That's all you need to do. That'll get you out of your chair. Now, you can also hold the F key and look to your left or right. There usually is a hovering word saying exit. You can do that as well. So from here, you can get out of your ship, go explore a space station, grab a mission, go do whatever you want. Have fun. Ask around in the community if you ever need help with anything, because we are all awesome. We all love to help. Don't mind the trolls. Every game's got them, but whatever. Have a great time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you out there.